everyone, welcome to the Thursday forecast. So let's get right into looking at the market. We have had some nice moves. Now let's look at if there were some opportunities. Here we have the euro and US dollar, and this one is currently signaling to me a range. So there was an opportunity to enter on a trade right here on a reversal trade. What I was seeing this descending structure, and I was seeing a nice push out of it. So right here you can see the descending, and then we had a nice impulse, one candle impulse to be honest, but still a nice impulse to the upside. And I did place a pending long order at this level, so at the most recent high, which would be here, 2 pips above. That's how I do it. And then I did get tagged in. And at this point, I did find out that my mentor was not actually in this trade. He was not looking at this because he saw this as a large downtrend and he wanted to see at least a 2 candle break. And since my plan is very similar to his, I also do need to see a 2 candle break when I see a large downtrend. So I looked at it wrong actually. So this one did not fit my plan. So we actually saw a nice large push, then we saw this range, and then we saw the momentum continue, and then we only saw a small descending on the bottom. So when we do see this large downtrend and then a small range and then the downtrend to continue, I do need to see at least a 2 candle break from a reversal, because this can just break the low retrace, break the high retrace, and then continue trending down. So that is why, according to my plan, I need to see at least a 2 candle break. So this one actually didn't fit my plan because I was looking at it the wrong way. I actually thought that this did fit my plan, so I did exit this for a small profit when I looked at it the right way. And then the price went to the upside and then it reversed down. So it would be actually a small loss if I did leave it. And as I said, unfortunately, on the first time I did look at wrong and I placed a pending order. I didn't notice that we were heavily trending down. I didn't notice these 2 large legs. So it is very important when we do have a heavy downtrend that the reversal candle is at least a really large, or at least there are 2 reversal candles. So this one is just not enough on the euro and US dollar. Because we only came from this small descending structure. So yeah, and currently what we are getting an indication of a range. So we are breaking the lows retracing, breaking the highs retracing, leaving huge wicks on the bottom and the top. And to me this is just signaling a larger range. We also broke to a downside, had some little bit of momentum, but then it ended with a huge wick. What I'm expecting to see just a range right here, especially since the euro likes to range. Right here it ranged, and also yeah, there are some other examples, but this looks like to be forming a larger range. And when I do see a larger range, I do need to see a large impulse to the upside to look for a trade, or a large impulse down, look for that trade, or I need to see how we react in the liquidity areas, which are right here. So where people keep their stops, the traders that are trading the lower time frames, do we descend into the lower liquidity area and then reverse? Or do we ascend into the upper liquidity area and then reverse to a downside? That is a high probability setup when we do get an ascending or descending into a liquidity area. And also, so what I can expect is that we actually start maybe a trend to a downside. Then I would look for a break and retest trade, something like this. That would be very high probability. Or to the upside, something like this, get a push, pull back, another push. When I do see one impulse, small pullback, another impulse, I classify that as a trending market. So yeah, and we can just, as I said, into the liquidity areas, we can just break and retrace. So we need to be really careful. We need to see that really nice and large push to look for a trade. So now for EJ, this one is also heavily range bound for me personally. What I'm seeing this descending structure right here go into an ascending structure, which would be this one. and then I'm seeing that ascending go into another descending. So this is a very obvious sign that we are range bound. When we do see large ascending and descending channels and the price not really moving up or down, as you can see, this whole price action can be put in one box like this, then we know that this is definitely a range. And since I am a trend trader, I want to stay out when I see a range, so I'm definitely staying out of this price action. This doesn't look good to me. What I want to see a large push up and then a trade, or I want to see a large push down, look for a short trade. I want to see maybe a descending structure, look for that reversal up and then a long trade. Or I want to see an ascending structure, something like this, and then a reversal down and look for that short trade. Of course, we need to be careful about the liquidity areas, so right here and above. Same as on the euro, the traders on lower time frames, they are buying, keeping their stops right here. The sellers are selling, keeping their stops right here. So we need to see how the price reacts. And that's it for EJ. As I said, it's range bound, not really showing me anything. I need to wait for a bit more evidence. Today is Thursday, so still there is time to get some moves. And yeah, let's see if this is just a consolidation before we get a large move up or a large move down. So now for the Aussie and US dollar. There was an opportunity to enter on a trade right here. So I think I went over it yesterday, but let's just do it one more time. I saw a large impulse, I saw no momentum shift, small pullback, then I saw the momentum continue. But for me personally, this was not enough of a push. I wanted to see a little bit of a bigger push and I didn't want to see a wick. When I saw this wick, it concerned me a little bit and I stayed out of this trade, unfortunately. But if anyone was in, they would now be in heavy profit. Then there was another opportunity to enter right here. We got a clean close, but for me now price has started to descend. And for me this one just did not fit my plan. The prior one also didn't fit my plan, but this one was even worse for me personally because we just broke the low, retraced, broke the low, retraced, broke the low and retraced. So maybe some people got in right here and then the price exploded to the downside. So that was a very nice trade and I think it's still running, you would still be in it. And then we broke the low, retraced. And now we are currently stuck between the low and the high. This would be the low, this would be the high, this would be the first counter trend candle, so this is the high. And what I am currently waiting for, I'm waiting for a nice breakdown and then a retest to get in on a short trade or a large push, get in on a flag. Why? Because I'm seeing a large and heavy downtrend. This is looking really nice. I really like this. And let's see if this downtrend will continue. I'm definitely looking to get in on a trend. If we do start to descend, I will be looking for a reversal, something like this, and then a trade to go long. Or if we do start to ascend, I will then look for a reversal to a downside, something like this. If we do get a really large impulse up, I would consider taking a flag. But if the impulse just breaks the high and retraces, that is a no trade for me. I want to see a large push with large conviction. So that's it for AU. Currently heavily trending down and I definitely want to get in on this trend. So let's see what will happen in the next few hours and tomorrow. For my final pair we have the Aussie and the Japanese yen, and this one is just descending for me personally. We can see that we broke the low, retraced, broke the low, retraced, broke the low, retraced, broke the high, retraced. Actually this is not even descending, this is signaling to me a range. Why? Well, because on the bottom we broke the low, retraced, broke the high, retraced, broke the low, retraced, and now we are stuck between the low and the high. When we do this type of price action, it usually signals to us a range or a consolidation or something of that sort. Then maybe we continue with the trend, but it is not often the case. So yeah, for this one I am expecting that larger range. I'm also seeing if we can get a large push up, I will look for a trade. Or if we can get a large push down, I will look for a short trade. If we get a descending structure, I will look for a reversal to the upside and then a long trade. Or if we get an ascending structure, something like this, I will look for a reversal down and a short trade. So yeah, looking for those sort of possibilities. And I have to say this one is not looking that good, because it did form sort of a trend, corrective trend, more of a descending structure. But then right here we got indication of a range, so not really showing me anything. I need to see some cleaner price action, and I need to see a large push up or a large push down, or a clean ascending or a clean descending. So yeah, that's it for the forecast. Currently this week has been really good. We got some really nice moves. I did manage to catch some, but stayed out of some, unfortunately. So let's see what the next few days will bring, and let's see if we can get in on some cleaner price action. What I am keeping an eye on is the Aussie and US dollar. That one is looking really good to continue down. So yeah, that's it for the forecast, and I will see you guys tomorrow.